The hours between last call and first light, they're defined by silence, isolation. And based on the accounts we've looked into today, well, sometimes a profound lack of accountability.
Exactly. When most people are asleep, the unusual, sometimes the violent, the terrifying, it finds room to operate.
So today we're doing a deep dive into 4 pretty distinct and chilling incidents.
Yeah, these are all recounted by people who actually worked the night shift.
We've got stories detailing bizarre disappearances, calculated violence, even organized crime.
And some truly inexplicable phenomena, too. Our goal isn't just to, retell these stories. We want to look at the responses or lack thereof.
And maybe the psychology behind it. That vulnerability that seems to connect these night shift experiences.
Precisely.
Okay, let's start with one that it really sets a mood of existential dread. The vanishing security guard.
Okay.
This comes from someone working the graveyard shift, big department store. Pretty monotonous job, apparently.
Right, the usual routine.
Until a new coworker arrives, named Sonny. Described as just relentlessly cheerful, maybe mid-30s. Really lived up to the name.
And that context is important, isn't it? The narrator isn't painted as jumpy or anything. He's used to the boredom.
Right.
So when something utterly bizarre happens around this stable, upbeat colleague, it makes the shock much greater. It just doesn't fit the environment.
And that mundane environment just shattered one night. They dealt with a couple of drunk guys outside, minor trouble.
Okay.
So the 2 guards are walking back to the monitoring station. And Sonny, he's joking about getting back to the snacks first, starts to run ahead a bit, maybe, 15 meters?
Right in front of the narrator.
Yeah. And Sonny trips, makes that little noise, the grunt you make when you stumble. And the instant he hits the floor, he was just gone.
Gone, like vanished.
Instantly. Completely. 1 second there, the next, nothing.
Wow. So what did the narrator do? Check the camera.
Immediately, logically. Went straight to the surveillance footage.
And this is where it gets fascinating, right? The clash between what he saw and what the company wanted to see.
Totally. The CCTV, grainy as it was, it confirmed it. This impossible disappearance.
But management sees it, and the official story becomes rationalization.
Instant organizational denial. The cameras must be faulty.
Or odd frames. Convenient.
Anything but investigate. It was just dismissed.
And that refusal to even engage with the impossible, that's almost as scary as the vanishing itself, isn't it? The organization just moved to erase it.
Sonny never came back to work. And when the narrator asked the boss, the explanation was almost insultingly simple.
Let me guess. Sonny quit.
Yep. Called in, said the job wasn't for him. End of story.
So the company just scrubs him from the records, from memory.
Pretty much. Leaving the narrator alone with this terrifying secret, this thing the world just refused to acknowledge. What does that do to you, working alone night after night?
Well, it creates this huge psychological burden. You're forced to question your own sanity because the very institution you work for is essentially gaslighting you.
Say what you saw didn't happen.
Exactly. Organizational convenience, avoiding hassle, avoiding liability that trumps the truth every time.
And the final chilling part came about a week later. The work phone rings late at night. Highly unusual.
Okay.
Unknown number, he answers. Just static. But mixed into the static, an indecipherable voice.
Oh, wow.
And the narrator, even years later, is convinced, utterly convinced it was Sonny.
Calling from wherever he went.
Yeah. A final, static-filled, isolated contact.
That loose end, the fact that there was CCTV evidence that the company just ignored, it makes it such a powerful illustration. Logic fails, authority looks away.
Okay, so if that story showed logic failing, our second one, it really shows authority failing to protect its workers.
Right.
Especially isolated ones.
Right.
We're shifting gears completely now.
Right.
A bootleg Disneyland in China.
Bootleg Disneyland, okay.
Yeah, our narrator is an American expat, working the night shift, dressed as a, quote, bootleg goofy, tall dog, floppy ears. Yeah. You get the picture.
And the whole place sounds low quality, kind of scrappy.
Exactly. And he's doubly isolated. He's in a foreign country, and crucially, he doesn't speak Mandarin. Communication is all gestures.
Okay, sets the scene. Vulnerable.
It's late during a New Year's event. He's roasting inside this costume. So he ducks into an authorized staff break room to take the head off, cool down.
Makes sense.
As he's catching his breath, another mascot walks in. Sean, the giant, furry, orange cat mascot.
Okay, another coworker.
That's what he assumes.
Yeah.
But the body language is off.
Yeah.
Immediately.
How so?
Sean just stands there, motionless, breathing really heavily, and totally ignores the narrator's friendly hello in English.
That's weird and unnerving.
Yeah, the silence is wrong.
Yeah.
And then the figure just stays there, rigid, staring intensely at the narrator, and that's when the real threat appears.
Oh, no.
The figure pulls out a weapon, a hammer.
A hammer? Where did that come from?
They found out later it was missing from an on-site construction toolkit, so premeditated.
Okay, this is bad.
And then the figure just erupts. A furious tirade, all in Chinese. The narrator can't understand any of it, except one word.
Which was?
Foreigner, while brandishing the hammer, aggressively.
Wow. So this was planned, targeted, using the mascot suit for anonymity.
Definitely. It wasn't just random rage. It was calculated, aimed right at the American employee.
Leveraging the costume, chillin'.
The narrator obviously bolts, runs for it, manages to get out.
Did the attacker follow?
Yeah, pursued him, even slammed through into the next room. Another employee tried to intervene and got their wrist broken in the process.
Jeez. So they caught the attacker.
Well, this is the twist. During the, let's say, minimal investigation that followed, the real Sean, the guy who usually wore the orange cat suit.
What about him?
He wasn't even there that night. He was miles away visiting family.
Wait, so the attacker was?
An unknown person. Yeah. Someone who deliberately got into the staff area, got the costume, and planned this attack.
And the focus on the narrator, the slur, the weapon, it points to a personal or, well, political motive. But they never found out who.
Nope. Never solved. The source suggests the police just weren't that interested. Tracking down some unknown person who threatened a temporary foreign worker at a knockoff theme park didn't seem like a priority.
That lack of accountability for attempted assault under that kind of calculated anonymity, it's deeply unsettling.
Right.
It really underscores how easily violence and even identity can just be erased when the victim is seen as isolated or, frankly, disposable. It's a theme you see across these night shift stories, sadly.
Okay, let's shift again from that sort of masked, anonymous rage to, well, a much clearer, horrifying picture of organized crime.
Okay.
Story number 3 comes from a factory worker, small coastal town in Russia.
Right.
The narrator was good friends with his coworker, Vasil, described him as helpful, friendly, a good guy.
There's always a but in these stories.
But in the couple of weeks right before this incident, Vasil was suddenly desperate for cash. Really desperate. Clearly troubled about something.
Yeah, when someone needs money that badly, that quickly, especially in certain environments, it usually signals they've gotten tangled up with the wrong people.
Like the Russian mafia.
That would be the strong assumption. Either tried to hustle them or messed up a deal badly, put himself in serious danger.
And that danger showed up right in the middle of their shift. A Jeep pulls up outside. 4 big guys, all dressed in black, rush inside.
Oh, man.
Vasil apparently saw them, muttered shh under his breath. He clearly recognized at least one of them.
He knew it was over.
The action was instant, brutal. They went straight for Vasil, slammed his head against a machine. They just dragged him out, threw him in the Jeep. It happened so fast.
Did they say anything?
Before they sped off, one of them turned back to the other workers, delivered a warning. Very clear, very chilling.
What was the warning?
Basically, you contact the police, you breathe a word of this to anyone. We'll be back for all of you.
And that's key, isn't it? It wasn't quiet. It was a public display of force. The threat was meant to ensure silence.
And it worked. Total fear. They knew the threat was real.
Absolutely. They knew who these people were and what they were capable of. Silence was survival.
The resolution came about a week later, horrifyingly.
How so?
A refrigerator, locked, chained shut, was pulled out of the ocean nearby.
Oh no, don't tell me.
Inside was Vasil's body, bloated, decomposed.
That's medieval. It's more than just murder. It's a message.
Exactly. Putting him in a chained fridge, dumping it in the ocean, it turns the body itself into this public permanent warning. Don't cross us.
An incredibly effective, brutal deterrent meant to control the whole community through fear. And there was something else, wasn't there? The forensics.
Yeah. The detail that makes it even worse. Salt water in his lungs.
I mean, he was alive when they put him in the water.
Alive when dumped overboard inside that fridge. The cruelty was deliberate, calculated.
It's just awful. Vasil's desperation for cash, whatever mistake he made, cost him everything. And the way they disposed of him ensured no one would ever forget the price.
Okay, our last source tonight.
Yeah.
It takes us back to the inexplicable, but in maybe the most structured, rigid environment you can imagine.
Where's this?
Basic military training. Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Old barracks building.
Right. Structure, rules, authority.
Our narrator is on fire guard duty. middle of the night. Stay awake, watch for fires, make sure no one messes around. He's sitting right under these big ceiling speakers.
What are they normally used for?
Drill sergeant announcements. Usually just loud, static-filled shouting, apparently. Orders, wake-up calls, that sort of thing.
Got it. So high-volume official stuff.
But in the dead of night, the speaker crackles, which is weird in itself.
Okay.
But the voice isn't the drill sergeant. It's soft, barely a whisper. And it's a woman's voice.
A woman's whisper from the drill sergeant speaker.
Yeah, and the voice repeats this one quiet but urgent command. Private, get everyone outside right now.
Whoa, what did he do?
Well, he's terrified. Ignoring an order, even a whispered one, is bad. But waking up the entire barracks based on this, that's guaranteed punishment, severe punishment.
He'd be accused of dreaming it, or worse.
Exactly. He quickly checked with the fire guard in the next platoon over, asked if he heard anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. The other guy heard nothing at all.
So it was just him?
Just him. So, terrified of the consequences, he just dismissed it, ignored the whispered command, tried to forget it.
Understandable in that environment. Survival instinct kicks in. Don't make waves.
He managed to bury it until the very end of basic training, when, kind of ironically, the drill sergeants themselves started telling ghost stories to the recruits.
Ah, local legends.
His sergeant told the story of that specific barracks building. Apparently, its first female drill sergeant, way back in the 70s or 80s, she faced terrible harassment from colleagues and recruits.
Oh, that's rough.
And she ultimately hung herself in the barracks from exposed water pipes.
Jesus. That's tragic. But how does it connect to the speaker?
This is the chilling part. The narrator learned that those exact water pipes, the ones she used, they were later plastered over, hidden.
Why?
Specifically so they could mount the ceiling speakers there, right where she died, exactly where the narrator was sitting when he heard the whisper.
Wow. So the speaker was mounted right over the site of the tragedy.
The institution literally covered up the physical location of this trauma.
But the source, the story, suggests that the trauma lingered, manifested as this quiet warning.
That's the implication. A silent, localized warning, maybe. And it really highlights how that isolation, that need for self-preservation, like the narrator felt, it can force you to ignore something potentially crucial, even life-saving advice.
Even if that advice seems to come from, well, the unseen past, another layer of the night shift's isolation.
So these four accounts, you've got the vanishing employee and the corporate denial, the masked attacker, and the system's complete indifference.
Right.
The mafia execution used as a public, terrifying warning. And this ghostly command from a place haunted by past trauma. They all just fundamentally challenge the idea of safety, of stability for anyone working those hours.
They really do. They're proof that when the world quiets down, when there are fewer eyes watching, the truly profound and often the truly terrifying tends to surface.
These stories really hammer home the cost of that isolation and how quickly organizations, systems, whatever, how quickly they move to deny or just erase inconvenient, frightening truths.
Absolutely. For anyone working those deep hours, vigilance isn't just about physical safety sometimes. It's about holding on to your own sanity, your own reality, when everything seems designed to undermine it.
Well, thank you for joining us as we explored the dark heart of the night shift through these accounts.
It's been unsettling, but important to discuss.
We really encourage you, our listener, to stay aware. Aware of the stories that might be lurking just out of sight, just beyond your usual routine. If you found this deep dive into the unknown compelling, please do hit like, share this with someone who might appreciate it, and subscribe to our channel, Horror Docs.
It helps us keep bringing these stories to light.
Until the next deep dive.
Yeah.
Maybe watch the shadows a little more carefully.